headline said, "Nation still divided on healthcare reform. Polls haven't changed yet." Well, yeah, it just happened last week. It's only been a week.
Interestingly, the president, speaking at a couple of fundraisers last night, was addressing some of the same topics. And during the first event, which was about 800 people in attendance, the president said pundits in Washington kept saying, "What's he doing? Doesn't he know it'll make him vulnerable?" Well, yes, it turns out I've got pollsters too. We usually know what's going to be unpopular before the newspapers do. So I guess he does pay attention to the polls. It's just not the ones that you read. It's the polls that he does privately in the White House. By the way, the second event, $30,000 per couple. And there were people looking for answers even at the fundraiser. Somebody yelling out, "What's next?"
I'm telling you. You sound like the reporters.
The president, by the way, took time out to call Governor Don Carcieri of Rhode Island to ask him about or get a sense of what was going on in Rhode Island. The governor, we don't have a readout on that, but the governor did talk in a news conference about the problems they are having in Rhode Island, saying that bridges and dams are the next thing they have to watch closely.
We're watching them very carefully, trying to make sure that we get anybody out of danger, because that's the first order of priority, make sure nobody is in a position where we'll loss of life.
And I know yesterday we had talked about the president flying over Rhode Island, looking out over through the window of Air Force One, but he did work it into his schedule to call down Governor Carcieri and also to visit Massachusetts, the Emergency Management Agency, yesterday to thank the workers there for the work that they had done.
When these kinds of natural disasters hit, what really matters are the people on the ground, the experts who are involved, but also people who are in the National Guard, volunteers, the communities responding and pulling together.
It's President Obama yesterday. Today, noon, he'll be talking about jobs. Each week we like to visit with Dana Milbank, and we like to do it today, and we're going to do it. Dana Milbank, of course, the author of the Washington Sketch column for the Washington Post, joins us. Good Friday to you, Dana.
And a good Friday to you, too.
I was looking at the president.